think my outlook of software is definitely changing. The new stuff is getting kind of lame to me. This is the AI stuff. You got new things that I want to get into. I want to go on the hardware side of things. And I don't know, I just feel like there's like this transitional portion of my life or career that I'm going into. And I've dealt with it before. So let's kind of like go over in this video where, I feel like my outlook on software, the software engineering in this current state where I'm in right now is currently changing, and I'm looking forward to what's coming next, but let's go in a little bit in detail about the new stuff. So of course you guys been hearing everything about AI and all these things about that. I feel like a lot of companies put like billions of dollars into it, but for the most part it's like, what are they solving? And I've recently seen a headline that companies put in like billions of dollars into AI, but they're not really solving anything really major. Like AI is definitely disrupting a couple of industries, such as like the call centers and so on. I can only imagine in the call centers, yeah, they laid off a whole bunch of people, but then like, for example, if you call in a service and you think you're speaking to someone, but you're speaking to an AI bot and they design it out to give you all this knowledge articles and so on to direct you to the right source or give you the right information. That's great depending on certain industries, but I can only imagine if you're trying to schedule an appointment medically and you just really want to speak to someone representative and you want to get more details about whether you want to schedule before you schedule. Where's the human aspect of it? It's like give the person an option to speak to a human being. And yeah, that's one of the things is just getting on my nerves for the most part. So I really don't know where the AI stuff is gonna go per se, but it's almost like a new fad every like couple of years, and tech companies continue to push things in regards to these new technologies and new findings and all these stuff. It's like a hype thing. I'm not taking the hype. I'm not keeping up with the hype. Same thing with like front end frameworks. It was like front end frameworks was the biggest thing. It was first it was Angular, then it was React, then it was Vue, and all these other things. I don't really want to keep up with the new stuff all the time. I mean, of course, I look at it in the sense of, hey, what kind of problem is going to solve? If I'm not solving anything with that, then I was like, what's the use? You just want to put blockchain on it because you can put blockchain on it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh my gosh. I just remember just like the whole thing in regards to blockchain technology. They were trying to put blockchain on everything, like make a database out of blockchain. What is that solving? Yeah, you're gonna have a source of truth in a sense, but it's like it's just too much. It was too much energy for blockchain transactions and to store all that information for continuous transactions. I was like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So didn't go down the route. Yeah, let's go into the next thing what I want to get into, which is get into more on the hardware side of the software and getting more knowledgeable about in that space. And of course, like I've been doing implementations and stuff in the cloud, such as GCP, AWS, Azure, and stuff, especially in the past. But recently, I just finding more and more, getting more understanding behind the hardware. I haven't really dived into it like for a very long time. Like I think I was in this one company where I was going to do a AWS, certification and get into being a solution architect associate with AWS. Yeah, prior before I started doing, Salesforce stuff and becoming an architect in Salesforce. I'm just really want to get more familiar behind the hardware stuff, even in the physical hardware, and then on top of the cloud stuff. Like lately I posted a video recently about VPCs and stuff, and that's really just fascinating me very much, and it's been sticking to me for the most part. Hopefully you'll see a cert before the end of the year for sure coming soon in AWS. I think for the most part, like pretty much it's going to be like my tipping point of where I want to go as far as my domains on where I want to do. Of course, I got Salesforce. I'm going leaning towards, cloud infrastructure and system and distributed systems and setting up those systems and so on. And then, of course, just my overall software knowledge behind just overall software development, management software projects and so on. I feel like there's like this particular thing. This is like probably my last part of this whole entire thing of how my overall outlook of software is changing. And I feel like this transitional period I'm in where, hey, maybe I go into more the hardware side. Maybe I go into possibly the DevOps side because I'm more familiar with the hardware and the software. I don't know when this will happen or where it's going to go.
You serious?
So far, I've been really into I've been in the Salesforce space for a very long time. The reason why I had this feeling is because when I was transitioning from mechanical engineering to software, I was essentially doing a lot of things in software before I left into from mechanical engineering and decided to go somewhere. And essentially, software was just like a hobby to me. I was like, oh, this is really awesome. Maybe I can get paid for this. Let me try it out. Let me talk to a couple of people, do some stuff for free, and get a couple of contracts. I have the same kind of feeling right now where that transition is happening, but maybe it's software or maybe it's hunting that I'm really interested in right now. And that's a hobby I've been really getting into. And I've just been thinking about how a lot of hunters build businesses and stuff behind their hobby. And there's so much areas I can hunt. I don't know. That's completely outside of software, but this is what I feel. This is what I feel right now is like there's this transitional formation that's happening in my life, and I know it's gonna happen, but I don't know what's gonna happen in particular. I'm just open to whatever opportunity comes my way. And I would say I'm very grateful for the software career, being able to self-taught and be able to market myself out there and then be able to speak to all the stuff that I am able to talk to technically and be able to provide solutions, provide awesome quality and work to the clients that I provide to. It's been a very, very awesome journey. And I definitely would say it's like I would never have imagined any other career other than mechanical engineering that would possibly give me like the amount of money that I was able to achieve from software. So it's always going to be like a scary leap into whatever it comes to next, rather that's in software and tech, or maybe that's into something else. I don't know at this present moment, but I do feel like there's been this overall shift that's happening. I'm still doing this channel. I love tech, so still be looking out for videos from that. But don't worry too much. I will be still producing content. Maybe there is a channel that I am looking into doing, and mainly is for the family. But maybe I share that later on, maybe next year. I don't know. I haven't really started it. It's gonna be like conversation like this, where I talk about certain things that my family should know, and that's pretty much what the premise of this channel is gonna be, talking about crazy stuff. Maybe it's video editing. I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that I have. I'm gonna end this video right now because I can keep on going on. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.